Our speaker tonight is uniquely qualified to speak on the Illuminati as he was a member of it. He was a Satanic high priest, second-degree Church of Satan, New Age guru, occultist, channeler, 90th degree Mason, Knight Templar, and a member of the Illuminati. Exposing the Illuminati from within, help me welcome Bill Schneblin.
And this was supposed to be my ultimate goal within both Masonry and Satanism, was to become illuminated. Because if you study Masonry, you learn that at every degree, you want more light. You're constantly seeking more light in Masonry. That's why I called my Masonry book, Masonry Beyond the Light. So gradually he was preparing me for this. At the same time, I also got involved with a group called the Monastery of the Seven Rays down in Chicago, and I learned from them that if I really wanted to progress and become a Satanic priest, first of all, I would have to be a Catholic priest, because you can't be a Satanic priest without first being a Catholic priest. Now, fortunately, there was a group there called the Old Roman Catholic Church, and I was able to work something out with a bishop in that group where I would make him a witch high priest and he would make me a Catholic priest. And so we had a very equitable arrangement. And so in 1976 or 77, I forget which, I was ordained to the Catholic priesthood. And that meant I was finally ready for the big moment. I was going to be eligible to become a priest of Satan. But now here's what the problem is. See, I had to sell my soul to the devil to do that. To explain the obsession that occultists have with the number 5. You ever notice that? You've got the pentagram, the 5-pointed star. You've got the pentagon. You've got the 5 points of fellowship, which are part of both Masonry, Mormonism, and witchcraft. And you've got this. Ever see this sign? This is an Illuminati sign. It's the Roman numeral 5. You ever try to figure out why this means peace? I mean, V for peace. You know, I mean, that doesn't work, does it? I mean, there's no V in peace. This is the sign of an Illuminatus primus. That's why Nixon was always going around like this. That's why Winston Churchill went like this. This is the V sign, the Roman numeral 5, and it means that the person who uses it, now of course, I understand there's tens of thousands of hippies and kids and rock stars today that go like this, and they don't have the foggiest notion of what it means. That's okay. It doesn't change what it really means. Another one is this. How many of you remember, some of you are old enough to remember those old mafia movies where they had the black hand? And if the mafia killed somebody, they leave a black handprint like this on the wall where the guy was hit? That's because this is a major Illuminati symbol, the 5 fingers spread out like this. And by the way, the mafia is a Masonic society. I don't know if you knew that. But it was started by a very high-ranking Mason named Giuseppe Mazzini. Or at least it was organized together well by him. The highest-ranking Freemason in America, and this guy is General Albert Pike. He's the supreme sovereign grand commander of the Scottish Rite. He's also the supreme Luciferian pontiff, which meant he was the highest-ranking devil worshiper in the world. He was also the co-founder of the Ku Klux Klan, along with General Nathan Bedford Forrest. And additionally, he was also a Confederate general. He is probably the most influential Mason in English-speaking Masonry in human history. He wrote a huge book called Morals and Dogma. And basically, what you've got with Albert Pike is the only Confederate soldier to be allowed to be buried inside the city limits of Washington, D.C. The only Confederate general who has a statue erected in his honor inside the city limits of Washington, D.C. This guy is buried in the House of the Temple, which is 13 blocks from the White House. He's only one of 2 Masons to be accorded that honor. So don't ever let a Mason tell you that this guy is just some bozo and doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy was the supreme philosopher of modern-day Scottish Rite Masonry. If you're a witch, and and you're listening to this, if you're a Satanist and you're listening to this, don't let anybody tell you that what you've done is too evil. I don't care if you've killed someone. I don't care if you've committed adultery. I don't care if you've urinated on the Holy Bible like I did, or if you've stamped on the Catholic host like I had to do, or if you've taken a crucifix and turned it upside down and broken it in two like I did. That doesn't matter, because all of that could be covered under the blood of Jesus Christ. So, you know, that is the power of Jesus.